Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. So today's video is going to be all about the raw food diet I am feeding my kitten. Now, I know if you saw my last video where I introduced you to Zeus, I promised that I wasn't going to spam you with cat content on this channel. So I've actually created a second channel that is going to be dedicated to my cat, dedicated to pet nutrition, to raw food diets. I'll do some kitty what I eat in a day videos, things like that. So make sure to check that channel out and subscribe if you are interested in that at all. But I did want to post this one video on my channel just because as I have been researching more and more into what cats should eat and why, I've been noticing a lot of parallels that go along with human nutrition and everything I believe in terms of the diet we should be eating. So I wanted to talk about that today and I thought it was relevant to my channel. So this will probably be the last dedicated cat post that I share here. Make sure to head over to Zeus's channel to see more. So I am choosing to feed my cat a raw food diet. Why raw food, you might be asking? Well, cats are obligate carnivores. They have to eat meat. A lot of the foods that you're going to find in the shops, all the generic brands, they usually contain a combination of animal and plant proteins. The plant proteins cats can't digest. It's basically useless. These foods also are really high in grains and carbs, which are two things cats do not need. They are not necessary, and these are basically just fillers in the foods. So by feeding my kitty a raw food diet, he's going to be eating closer to what he would naturally be eating in the wild, what he has evolved to eat. So some of the benefits and reasons I want to feed my cat a raw food diet are improved digestion. As I said before, commercial cat foods are filled with grains. They're filled with fiber. Fiber is indigestible, so this can cause a lot of digestive stress for your cats. So when they're eating a raw food diet, they will go to the bathroom less and there will be less odor. Increased energy is another reason. Decreased shedding and decreased hairballs, better dental health, and better health in general. So for the same reasons a high grain and a high carb diet makes humans sick, it also makes our pets sick. And it's funny because since getting Zeus, I've been doing a lot of research into what to feed my cats. And as I said at the start of this video, I began to see a lot of parallels between what cats should be eating and what humans should be eating and what we're actually eating. So first off, grains and carbs are totally unnecessary for humans as they are for cats. They were only introduced into the human diet during the agricultural revolution. Before this, we weren't eating grains. We started eating more and more of them, basically because they were a good source of calories, but a good source of calories does not mean a good source of nutrition. So they were basically fillers for a human diet. Yeah, we could survive on them, but not thrive. And the same goes for our cats. So for the same reason I choose not to include grains in my diet, I don't want to include them in my cat's diet either. The other parallel I noticed was the concept of nose to tail eating, which is really popular in the carnivore community right now. This is the idea that if we eat an animal from nose to tail, eat the entire thing, we will be getting all the nutrients we need in the correct amounts. If we only eat the muscle meat, we're going to be lacking things such as collagen and vitamin A. Now, one version of a raw cat food diet is to feed your cats whole prey. Basically, you just give your cat a dead mouse and let them eat what they want of it. This way, they're getting the muscle meat, the organs, and the bones. Another version of the raw cat food diet is to feed your cat 80% muscle meat, 10% bones, and 10% organ meat. This is more or less what the ratios would be if your cat was eating the whole animal, but it's a bit less messy and it's a bit less gross. And out of that 10% of the diet you dedicate to organs, most of that is going to be liver because it is one of the biggest organs that the cats will eat. So this is another parallel I noticed with how I eat personally. Liver is the one organ that I really try to emphasize and that I really try to get in every single day. I obviously eat a lot of muscle meat as well, and I do include collagen and bone broth in my diet. So I'm eating pretty close to 80-10-10 myself. The other thing I noticed was the emphasis that was being put on omega-3s. Pretty much all the raw cat food recipes I have looked at have included a fish oil supplement. And this is because usually the cats will be eating the brain of the animal, which is high in omega-3s. So the fish oil is just replacing that. So what exactly am I feeding my cat? Well, today's video, I'm just gonna be talking about it. I'll show you my grocery haul that I just did. And there's gonna be another video coming on my other channel where I'm gonna be actually prepping the food and showing you the process I go through. So when I first started looking up some of these recipes, yes, all of them contained muscle meat, they all contained bones, and they all contained organ meats, but they also contained anywhere from 4 to 10 added supplements. I was a bit confused. Some of the supplements made sense. Like I said before, fish oil, if you're not feeding your cat the brain of the animal, which you probably aren't because it's hard to find, fish oil is a good substitute for omega-3. So yeah, I can understand supplementing with that. But others like vitamin E didn't really make sense because there's quite a bit of vitamin E in muscle meat. And taurine, same thing. I get that taurine is essential for cats, but there is ample amounts of it in heart. So if you're including heart in your recipes, you shouldn't have to supplement it. When I think of feeding my cat a raw food diet, I don't really think of feeding them mainly supplements. That kind of defeats the purpose. Anyways, I did some more digging and I realized that, as I assumed, a lot of these supplements were a bit more precautionary than anything else. If you are following the 80-10-10 diet, making sure your cats are getting bones, making sure they're getting organ meats and specifically liver, and making sure they're getting heart, these supplements aren't really necessary, with the exception of the fish oil. So there's a really fantastic channel I found called Pet Meadow Crew, and the recipe I've been doing for Zeus, I actually got off this channel. I will link them in the description box down below, so check them out as well. Lots of really great info on raw pet food diet. The lady who runs the channel has been feeding her cats this way for over 15 years with amazing results. All right, so here is the grocery haul. For the muscle meat, which is going to be 80% of his diet, I just got some beef and I got a whole chicken. So I'm going to grind this up, grind up some of the bones as well, not all of them, and give him those. And then heart also falls under the category of muscle meat. So these are some lamb hearts. These are critical. Heart is really high in taurine, which is an amino acid that cats can't create. They need to get it through their diet. It's essential for them. So heart is really important. And then for organ meats, liver, chicken, or beef should make up most of the 10% of the organ meats in his diet. And then the rest can be done with things such as kidney or spleen. So this is some lamb's kidney. You don't want to use any other liver except for chicken or beef. The rest are too high in vitamin A. And yeah, so I'm actually just using this beef liver powder that I have from Grassland Nutrition. They didn't have any chicken liver at the shops, so I'm gonna use this for now, just sprinkle it, kind of mix it in. Then also every single day I am going to include some fish oil, so I'm just gonna pierce a hole in the capsules and squirt it out. Yes, baby, yes. And then I'm also going to use a few eggs in the mixture, whole raw eggs. And the last thing I have here is some wild sardines, and I'm just going to throw these in as a treat. So anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to my other channel if you haven't already. And if you're interested in raw pet food, learning more, going on this journey with me, seeing how Zeus grows, yeah. Everything related to cats is going to be over on that channel. Make sure to check it out. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.